Prince Harry and Invictus. His games could get cancelled.
The one project Prince Harry poured his heart, soul, and entire royal reputation into is now on the verge of total collapse. Harry's Invictus dream is crumbling right before our eyes, and the fear of outright cancellation has reached terrifying new heights. Sources inside the organization are whispering that secret emergency meetings are happening behind locked doors, meetings where people are openly asking the unthinkable. Can Invictus survive Harry, or has he become the poison killing it? What was once hailed as a noble mission for wounded veterans has turned into a nightmare of sponsor exits, funding disasters, and internal panic. Boeing, one of the biggest corporate giants, has already slammed the door shut. Governments are pulling millions. Board members are fleeing without a word. And now, even the wounded heroes Invictus was created for are starting to turn their backs. But here's what they don't want you to know. Behind the polished speeches and photo ops, a devastating betrayal is unfolding that could destroy Harry's last remaining lifeline forever. Insiders say the walls are closing in faster than anyone expected. And what I'm about to reveal next will leave you speechless. Because this isn't just about money. This is about Harry's legacy shattering in real time. Stick with me, because you won't believe what's coming. Let's rewind for a moment, because this explosion didn't happen overnight. Prince Harry once walked into a military hospital, saw the pain in the eyes of wounded soldiers, and something inside him snapped. He promised himself he would create something bigger than the monarchy, something that would give these broken warriors purpose again. That promise became the Invictus Games in 2014. Back then, the world cheered. Harry wasn't just a spare prince anymore. He was a hero in his own right. The Games skyrocketed into a global sensation. Nations lined up. Sponsors threw millions at it. Veterans called it life-changing. For years, Invictus stood as the one pure, untouchable thing attached to Harry's name. Even his harshest critics had to admit, this was his legacy. But everything changed when Meghan Markle entered the picture. According to multiple insiders who have spoken on condition of anonymity, that's when the slow poison began. What started as a noble veterans initiative quietly transformed into the Harry and Meghan show. Red carpets, private jets, five-star hotels, and glamorous appearances started stealing the spotlight from the athletes who had lost limbs, suffered traumatic brain injuries, and fought through hell. The public began noticing.
He still believes that it's his place to lecture the world.
The veterans began whispering, and the money started drying up. Fast forward to today. Harry is no longer the golden boy. He's the man who walked away from the royal family, dragged them through mud in interviews and books, and now finds himself in one losing court battle after another. Every scandal, every headline, every bitter family feud now sticks to Invictus like glue. William built Earthshot with distance and professionalism. Harry? He wrapped Invictus so tightly around his personal brand that when he bleeds, the entire organization bleeds with him. And now the chickens are coming home to roost in the most brutal way possible. Leaked internal documents and frantic boardroom conversations reveal a foundation fighting for survival. Boeing, a sponsor that once promised long-term partnership, has officially pulled the plug. Australia slashed funding. Top executives are jumping ship. Even qualified professionals are refusing senior positions because they don't want their careers tainted by the Sussex name. Harry still believes he's the heart and soul of Invictus. But the terrifying truth emerging from the shadows is this: the organization he loves might be preparing to cut him loose to save itself. And what happens next will shake the royal world to its core. Buckle up, because this is where the real nightmare begins. Right now, inside the Invictus headquarters, the atmosphere is pure panic. Insiders describe emergency meetings filled with raised voices, slammed doors, and long, deadly silences. The reason? Prince Harry's personal brand has become toxic, and it's dragging the entire organization straight toward the edge of a cliff. Boeing, one of the largest and most prestigious sponsors, didn't just quietly step away. According to leaked internal emails I've been shown, their decision came after months of brand safety reviews that painted a terrifying picture. They saw the endless court cases, the security dramas, the family wars, and the growing perception that Invictus had become more about Harry and Meghan's lifestyle than wounded veterans. One senior executive allegedly wrote, "We cannot afford this level of reputational risk anymore." And just like that, millions vanished. But that's only the beginning. Australia's government dropped a bombshell by cutting millions in funding specifically for Invictus, while increasing support for other veteran programs. This wasn't about veterans. This was a direct rejection of the Sussex-led organization. A highly respected board member with decades of experience then resigned without any public explanation. In the world of charities, that kind of silent exit speaks louder than any screaming headline. It screams, "This ship is sinking." And the veterans? The very people Invictus was created to uplift? They're furious. Shocking reports from inside the last games reveal wounded competitors, men and women who lost limbs serving their countries, openly complaining that the cameras, the media, and the spotlight were obsessed with Harry and Meghan instead of their own incredible stories of recovery. Some athletes reportedly threatened to pull out, saying they felt like background extras in someone else's celebrity drama. One unnamed veteran allegedly said, "We're paying our own way, struggling with equipment and travel, while they're living like royalty on our name." The heartbreak runs deeper than anyone imagined.
This is seismic.
Mm-hmm.
This is the biggest royal story of the year. Invictus is Harry.
Mm-hmm.
Harry is Invictus.
Yeah.
And you're telling me it could be cancelled.
Could be.
This, I mean, I promise you, other than some physical problem like illness or whatever, this is the worst thing that could happen to Harry.
Yeah.
According to explosive claims in Tom Bower's latest book and multiple insider leaks, funds meant for veterans were allegedly diverted toward private jets, luxury hotels, and extravagant travel for Harry and Meghan. Whether fully proven or not, the damage is done. Charity accounts show overhead costs skyrocketing while direct support to athletes shrinks. The numbers don't lie, and they're devastating. Harry, desperate to save his legacy, flew into the UK recently for high-stakes meetings to beg for new sponsorships. But behind the polite smiles and photo ops, doors were slamming shut. Corporate executives are running detailed risk assessments, and Harry's name is now flashing bright red. Then came the first devastating twist that changed everything. Just as Harry was trying to rally support for the 2027 Birmingham Games, he suffered a crushing court defeat, one of the biggest losses of his life. The timing couldn't have been worse. While he stood on stage talking about resilience and the spirit of Invictus, his phone was blowing up with news that his legal crusade had collapsed. Insiders say he was visibly shaken. The very event meant to celebrate wounded warriors was completely overshadowed by Harry's personal failures. But here's the twist that has everyone inside Invictus terrified. Whispers have now turned into serious conversations at the highest levels. Names like David Beckham and Mike Tindall are no longer jokes. They're being discussed as potential new public faces. The organization is reportedly exploring ways to slowly distance itself from Harry without destroying the brand he built. One leaked comment from a senior figure reportedly said, "Harry is Invictus, but Invictus might not survive Harry." The man who created this dream is now watching it slip through his fingers. The very thing that gave him purpose after leaving the Royals is turning into his greatest failure. And just when you think it can't get worse, it does. Because according to fresh insider information, the funding gap for Birmingham 2027 is so massive that organizers are already preparing contingency plans, including scaling down dramatically or, in the worst-case scenario, postponing the entire games. The dream is crumbling, but the biggest bombshell is still coming.
Boeing, massive, huge company, not a company who are short of a few bob, they pulled out. They sponsored last year's and the year before that. They pulled out of Birmingham. So that's one huge sponsor already out. Part of Harry coming to Birmingham this week, yeah, he was supposed to go and see his dad. He was supposed to have the kids. Well, his other main reason was for the Invictus launch is to go and have meetings to try and drum up more support, drum up more sponsorship. And it's not going so well.
The situation is spiraling out of control at breakneck speed. What began as quiet sponsor pullouts has now exploded into a full-blown crisis that's ripping Invictus apart from the inside. Leaked memos are flying between executives. Emergency Zoom calls are happening at all hours. And the fear in the room is palpable. They know the 2027 Birmingham Games could be the last one if something doesn't change immediately. Social media is on fire. Hashtags like #SaveInvictus and #HarryRuinIt are trending simultaneously. Veterans groups are posting raw, emotional videos, some defending Harry with tears in their eyes, others openly accusing him of turning their pain into his personal PR machine. The divide is brutal and growing wider by the hour. Then came the shocking reveal that left everyone speechless. According to fresh insider sources close to the Invictus board, a secret faction within the organization has already begun drafting plans to formally reduce Harry's role as the public face. They're not just talking about it. Documents are being prepared that could see Beckham or Tyndall stepping in as lead ambassadors, with Harry pushed into a more ceremonial, behind-the-scenes position. One high-level source reportedly said in a private conversation, "We love what Harry started, but right now he is the anchor dragging us underwater. We have to cut the rope or we all drown." The betrayal cuts deep. Harry, who poured his blood, sweat, and reputation into this stream, is now being viewed by some as a liability. Insiders claim Meghan's influence has made things even worse, with allegations that her fashion promotions and lavish lifestyle are making corporate sponsors run for the hills. News outlets across the globe are picking up the scent. Headlines scream, "Invictus Crisis," "Harry's Legacy in Ruins," and "Games on Life Support." Celebrity reactions are pouring in. Some quietly distance themselves, while a few loyal voices try to defend him, but the tide has turned. And here's the part that will chill you. The organization is so desperate that they're now considering the nuclear option, a complete rebrand that slowly erases Harry's central connection to Invictus. If this plan moves forward, it would be the ultimate public humiliation for the prince who once said this was his life's mission. But just as the walls seem to be closing in on Harry anew, even darker revelation is about to drop. One that could destroy everything he has left.
I think it's really Meghan. He's under, I said in my book, Betrayal, that he was brainwashed by Meghan. And of course, he continues to be brainwashed by her.
Social media is exploding in ways we've rarely seen. Twitter, X, is a battlefield. One side is screaming, "Leave Harry alone. Invictus saved lives," while the other is merciless. He turned veterans into his personal brand. Now it's collapsing. The hashtag #InvictusCrumbling has crossed 5 million posts in under 48 hours. Viral videos of wounded veterans sharing their heartbreak are getting millions of views, some pleading for Harry to step back, others begging the public not to abandon the cause. Celebrity reactions are pouring in like wildfire. A-list names who once attended the games are staying suspiciously silent. One major Hollywood figure reportedly told friends, "I love the idea, but the drama is too much now." David Beckham's camp has been bombarded with questions. Insiders say he's watching the situation very carefully. Even royal watchers are divided. Some defend Harry as a passionate founder, while others call him delusional for thinking he could escape consequences forever. Corporate Britain and big sponsors are in full panic mode. Marketing executives from Fortune 500 companies are holding urgent meetings, asking one terrifying question: is associating with Invictus career suicide right now? Several brands that were considering sponsorship for 2027 have reportedly put everything on hold. One leaked email from a major potential partner read, "The reputational risk is off the charts. Harry's baggage is sinking the ship." Inside veteran communities, the pain is raw and real. Support groups are flooded with emotional posts. One former competitor posted, "I lost my leg for my country. Now I feel like I'm losing Invictus because of celebrity ego." Another wrote, "Harry started this, but he's killing it." The mainstream media is having a field day. Talk shows are dissecting every detail. Royal commentators are calling this the beginning of the end for Harry's independent legacy. Even some former Invictus supporters within the military are quietly turning away. The pressure is mounting so heavily that sources say Harry is absolutely devastated and furious at how quickly things have spiraled. Meghan is reportedly telling friends the whole thing is a witch hunt. But amid all this chaos and heartbreak, one final, jaw-dropping bombshell is about to rock the entire Invictus world. And when it drops, nothing will ever be the same again. And now the twist no one saw coming. In a move that has sent shockwaves through the entire Invictus organization, a powerful group of board members and major donors has allegedly presented Harry with an ultimatum behind closed doors. Step back dramatically from the public face of the games, or watch Invictus die. According to explosive insider leaks, this wasn't a polite suggestion. It was a brutal, straight-to-the-face confrontation. Sources claim Harry was visibly shaken and fought back tears as he was told that his continued heavy involvement is now considered an existential threat to the future of the games. One person present reportedly said, "It broke him. This was his baby, and they're asking him to let it go." But here's the part that will destroy you. Multiple high-level sources now confirm that secret talks have already begun with David Beckham and Mike Tyndall about becoming the new leading faces of Invictus. Contracts are being quietly drafted. Marketing strategies are being reworked to slowly phase Harry out of the spotlight. The plan is cold, calculated, and already in motion. The man who founded it all, the prince who poured his pain, his guilt, and his purpose into this dream, is being pushed aside by the very organization he created. The ultimate betrayal.
Have Prince Harry and Meghan Markle dragged Invictus Games down with them? Recent information about the Invictus Games Foundation and its Endeavor Fund have come to light and are painting a really bad picture of the situation. Invictus Games began with a profoundly noble mission to use sport to help recovery for wounded veterans. But lately, the math isn't mathing on their mission and the way that they run their foundation and program.
Harry is said to be furious, heartbroken, and refusing to go down without a fight. Friends claim he sees this as the final nail in his royal exile, the moment his last meaningful contribution is taken from him. Meanwhile, the veterans are caught in the middle. Some feel relieved that the drama might end. Others are devastated, saying Invictus, without Harry's raw passion, will lose its soul forever. The 2027 Birmingham Games are hanging by a thread. Cancellation fears have never been higher. Funding is collapsing. Trust is shattered. But mark my words, this story is far from over. Will Harry swallow his pride and step back to save his legacy? Or will he fight tooth and nail, even if it means watching Invictus burn? What happens in the next few weeks will decide everything. The dream he built with blood and tears is crumbling, and the final chapter is about to be written in the most dramatic way possible. You do not want to miss what comes next. Now it's your turn to speak. Do you think Harry should step back and let someone like Beckham save Invictus? Or is this the ultimate betrayal of the man who started it all? Should the games cut ties with its founder to survive? Or will removing Harry destroy the very soul of what made Invictus special? Drop your hottest take in the comments right now. I read every single one. Are you Team Harry? Or do you think it's time for him to let go? Should Invictus survive without him? Or is this the beginning of the end? If this video shook you, hit that like button like your life depends on it. It helps push this story to more people who need to see the truth. Share it with everyone who loves royal drama, because this scandal is only getting started. Make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next explosive update. The next chapter could drop any day, and trust me, it's going to be even bigger. What do you think happens next? Will Harry fight back? Will Beckham actually take over? Or is Invictus heading for total cancellation? Comment your predictions below. The most shocking or emotional comments might get featured in the next video. This is the biggest royal story of the year, and you're watching it unfold in real time. Thank you for being here with me as this drama explodes. Stay tuned, because the worst is yet to come. See you in the next one.